Welcome to The Explainer. You know that feeling where you're just going through the motions, surviving, but not really living? Well, today we're exploring a really powerful guide for reigniting that inner spark and moving from a life of chaos to one of true enchantment.
And it all kicks off with this one simple but powerful idea. It's really a mission, right? To unlock all that potential that's just kind of lying dormant inside of us and inside others too. Okay, let's get into it.
All right, so first up, let's talk about a feeling that I think a lot of us can relate to. This idea of the heart being either, frozen solid or just beating in total chaos, pulsing with distress instead of any real purpose.
And this slide, wow, it really lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got this heart in chaos. It's just surviving, right? Pulsing away with no real direction. But on the other side, an enchanted heart, one that's truly alive, beating with purpose, with gratitude. So, the million-dollar question is, how do we get from one side to the other? How do we bridge that gap?
Well, the answer we're given is this beautiful metaphor, storytelling as a defibrillator for the heart. And no, we're not talking about an electric shock. It's more like a gentle, enchanting story that speaks directly to that inner child we all have. It's all about reminding the heart of its true, steady rhythm and making us feel safe, connected. Like we're not alone in this anymore.
Okay, so once we get that heart beating with purpose again, you might think the job's done, right? Not so fast. The next step is actually a rescue mission. Think of it as an archeological dig for your own soul.
So picture this. The source material paints this incredibly powerful image of our essential self as a survivor trapped after an earthquake, buried under all this rubble. Rubble that, get this, we made. It's this living, breathing essence just waiting to be found. And the really cool thing here is that this isn't just some abstract concept. There's a clear step-by-step process. It's about methodically identifying all that debris, the false beliefs, the old wounds, all that stuff. And then you carefully clear it all away so that part of you that still has hope can finally come back into the light.
And that brings up a really personal question for all of us, doesn't it? Take a second and think. What is the rubble that's covering your essential self? What are the beliefs, the fears that are burying your own inner light?
When you go through this process of rescuing yourself, it naturally leads to a much bigger question. What are we even here for? What's our deeper purpose? And it turns out the answer has been hiding in plain sight this whole time. It's literally encoded in the word humanity itself.
Now, get ready for this because this is a really profound connection. Our name, humanity, actually comes from the word humus, that rich, dark, fertile soil. So our very essence, who we are, is tied directly to the Earth's incredible power of transformation.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. Humus takes decay, dead leaves, all that stuff, and creates fertile ground for new life. And our purpose? It's the exact same thing. We're meant to transform what seems broken or finished or obsolete into new energy. We're not just here to put up with things, we're here to create the soil for new life to grow from the old.
So here's the bottom line. This is the crucial takeaway. We aren't just here to endure life or experience hardship. We are here to actively transform and create. That, right there, is our fundamental mission.
And of course, once you grasp this on a personal level, it doesn't just stop with you. It naturally expands into something collective. It becomes an inner revolution that just has to spread outwards. And we're not talking about a revolution with barricades in the streets. No, this is a revolution that starts deep within our own consciousness. It begins the moment we decide to listen to that quiet whisper inside instead of all the noise on the outside. And check this out. We've even got a clear manifesto for this inner revolution. It's about kicking that self-doubt to the curb. Stop believing you're incapable, and then, and this part is so important, it's about passing the baton. You share that light, that energy to help someone else who's feeling lost, someone who's looking for their own reason to find their rhythm again. Because in the end, that's what this is all about. We are all on the same team. We're like different rescue squads sent out after that same earthquake, organized by some kind of benevolent force, all here for one reason, to help pull each other out from under the rubble.
And so, here we are, right back where we started. We have awakened our own heart. We've started to clear our own rubble. The journey now continues with one last vital question, a question that really matters for all of us. What story will you tell to awaken another heart and bring it back to life?
I built a wall with silent brick. Thought survival was a trick. Heart on pause, eyes half closed, living like a ghost among the moles. But then a story found my name, soft as rain, yet just as flame. Not a war cry, not a chain, just a whisper, you're not alone again. It wasn't lightning, wasn't fear, just a truth I used to hear when I was small and wide awake. The world is kind when hearts partake. Breathe the love, let it ride. Turn your rubble into skies. Under chaos, under stone, there's a pulse that's yours alone. Breathe the love, feel it grow. From the dark, a seed will show. Not to hide, not to flee, but to live what's meant to be. They called it earthquake in the soul, not to break but to make whole. Shook the lies I called my skin, let the real me step within. My friends unseen, they knew the way, where my light had gone to stay. Buried deep beneath the past, waiting for my breath at last. No more armor, no disguise, just the truth behind my eyes. Not a hero, not a saint, just a heart that chose to paint. Built on trust, not shifting sands. Breathe the love, let it rise. Turn your rubble into skies. Under chaos, under stone, there's a pulse that's yours alone. Breathe the love, feel it grow. From the dark, a seed will show. Not to hide, not to flee, but to live what to be. Humidity, humus earth, we are compost, death and birth. What was broken, what was old in our hands becomes bold, becomes soil for joy to bloom. In the silence in the room where we listen, soft and deep, to the promises we keep. Not with words but with our care, just by showing we are there.
Tell a story, wake a heart, pass the light, play your part.
Breathe the love, let it rise. Turn your rubble into skies. Under chaos, under stone, there's a pulse that's yours alone. Breathe the love, feel it grow. From the dark, a seed will show. Not to hide, not to flee, but to live what's meant to be. So I'll pass it on, this spark, this song, to the one who thinks they don't belong. You're not lost, you're not too late, your heart's still beating.